233,877. Hence, $10,000 face value for a tip would have been updated to $10,000 times index now, which is 307,026 divided by index 10 years ago. It would be 13,127. So not only your coupon payments are indexed to inflation, but your principal or face value payment is also indexed to inflation. So if you're afraid that if you want to be protected against inflation, this is what you want to do. You don't care whether inflation is going to be 100% or negative 50%. In fact, there's a law, it says if the accumulated inflation is negative during the period, you're not going to go below face value, which is going to be extremely rare event, but you're even protected against that.
How would inflation go negative? Would they just have to destroy a bunch of money?
What is inflation?
They print more money?
No.
Okay.
Printing more money can cause inflation.
Okay.
Not necessarily, but can cause inflation. Inflation is increase in prices. Overall, general prices. I mean, you probably noticed, you guys know the dollar store, right? Dollar Tree.
Dollar 5-quarter store.
It's a 5-quarter store now. About a year ago, everything used to be $1. Now it's pretty much everything is $1.25. That's inflation, okay? And we're not talking about the price of only one good. It's kind of the way these indexes are calculated, price of a certain basket of goods that they follow over the years. And, every place's inflation is different. But this is for the U.S. urban consumers. Average of all cities, pretty much. And if you want data of these, all you have to do is download to Excel. You get the data. Come on. So I'm going to actually calculate annual inflation. Let me see. It says 2013. Oh, because I did 10 years instead of the whole thing. So 10 years ago, annual inflation was 170, and it's down to 367 now, but it was as high as, I think, 906 after COVID. But we also had years with negative inflation. Of course, COVID changed stuff because of the supply chain issues. And Fed also didn't start increasing the interest rates early enough. I think they were at least 6 months too late. If they had started doing it 6 months before, they would have been fine. They didn't want to do anything during the fall of 2020 because there was a presidential election. You didn't want to affect that. And they didn't want to start too early before the 2022 elections. So by the time they started, there was a lot of structural stuff already built into it. All right. Now, let's think about valuation of fixed coupon rate bonds. It looks awfully like something we talked about. You have equal amount of payments for a fixed number of years, then you also have another one at the end. It's basically an annuity with a balloon payment. And we know how to calculate the values of those. Okay? To value bonds, we will need a discount rate to discount future cash flow. In bond pricing, we have a specific name for that. We call it yield, as short, and long is yield to maturity, or YTM. It's basically the rate at which you need to discount the future cash flows. That's going to give you the market price of the bond now. That's all there is to it. So let's start a little template for that. I'm going to use my Seeker template. Okay. I'm going to have a good number of inputs. I don't need these. I'm going to delete those. Let's leave it in there. Okay, inputs. Coupon frequency. Face value. Maturity in years. Coupon rate. Okay. So let's say semi-annual face value $1,000. 10 years coupon rate is let's say 5%. We also need yield to maturity. That doesn't have to be the same as coupon rate. Coupon rate is fixed at the issue time, and the issuer can make it anything it wants. In fact, we have certain bonds called zero coupon bonds. They pay nothing until the end. You know, in early 80s, IBM issued a 50-year zero coupon bond. So you gave them a certain amount now. In 2030, that bond is going to pay the holders $1,000. So we're going to determine what that amount should have been, depending upon the interest rates. I don't know why that thing makes it into euro. I don't get it. I'm going to have some, let me delete these inputs. I don't need them anymore. I'm going to have some intermediate calculations. Coupon amount. I don't have to make these, but it makes formulas more tractable. Well, what's the coupon amount? Take the face value, multiply it with coupon rate, divided by coupon frequency. And let me make this thing a bit bigger, since I have enough real estate. And I like showing things that are money as money. Number of coupons. Take the maturity in years, multiply it with coupon frequency. So there will be 20 coupons. and period interest rate. Just like the coupon, which is quoted as an annual number, the yields are also quoted as what we call APR, annual percentage rate. So you're going to take that yield to maturity divided by coupon frequency. So that means every 6 months, you're going to discount stuff by 3.5%, right? Here we're going to calculate the value of a bond given the inputs, and for that I'm going to use the PV function. The first argument of, actually let me use the function helper, PV. The first argument is rate. For that we use the period interest rate. The second argument is number of periods, the coupons. The third argument is coupon payments, and last argument is the face value. And you got to put a negative in front because PV function returns a negative value. As you know, I don't like negative monetary values.